The Venice Studio has all you need to create every asset, reference image, video shot, audio file that you might need for your film and AI-generated video content. In this video, we will walk through how to use all the different features the Venice Studio offers. We'll start here on the Image tab. We'll see in the Model selector that there are dozens of image models to choose from private, open source to anonymized, state-of-the-art image generation models. Find a model you like, choose your aspect ratio, your resolution, and if you should so choose, a style reference. Add in your prompt, and before sending it off, note that you can generate multiple images with multiple models if you want to see what other models will create. And now we're ready to generate. And here we see our character portrait matched very closely our reference image. And here's our second variant. So from here, you can edit the image, you can remix and regenerate, or you can go straight to creating a video with the image. Let's jump here now. This is the Video tab of the Venice Studio, where we can start generating. You'll notice the prompt input bar can be docked over here or brought out if you need more visibility of a longer prompt. We'll see our original prompt right here, along with the start frame, and if the model accepts it, an end frame. This particular model does start and end WAN 2.7. But let's rewind. You'll see I also have old videos from another session. Videos and media created on Venice stay in your browser. So at times, you either might want to delete these generated videos after you've saved them, or you simply want to clear everything here so it's cleaner. So to do that, you can simply download all your videos and then delete. Now we have a blank stage. We'll see our queue is over here, and I will start by finding image to video models to create with reference images. We'll see we have Seedance, we have WAN, we have Happy Horse, etc. Every model you select here will be submitted to the queue. So only select the models you would like to generate in this iteration. So for example, I'll add a reference image. Now we have the style image here, and we'll note that this could be a good starting frame, but I'm going to use it as a reference image for the style instead. So I'll click this little button, use as style, and we'll see that it helps get the prompt ready. Refer to the style of image 1 to generate blank. We'll say a wide establishing shot, and I'll enter in my prompt. Now I've got my models selected for this shot. We're going to generate 4. I select the duration. 5 seconds is more than enough. I can only generate 720p here because of the models I have selected. So for example, Seedance Mini does not do more than 720p, but Happy Horse, for example, will do 1080p. Seedance 2.0 will do 1080p and up to 4K. I also want to choose 21:9 ultra widescreen for these Seedance generations to get that extra cinematic look. And we'll note that WAN 2.7 does not even have an option for that, so I'll actually remove one from my list to begin with because I want to generate in 21:9. So we have each model's settings set. Our prompt is here. We don't need to add any more references, but if you do have more, you can add them now, and we'll send it off. And we'll see how immediately we get a media verification pop-up for Seedance. So consent that you have permission to use the likeness in the content you're generating video of in your reference images. And now these are queued up and running. So while that's happening, I can now move on to my next shot. Or I can just run it all again to get multiple variations. And I'll send off 3 more. So now we have 6 establishing shots generating for me to choose my favorite after they are finished. Now let's jump to a human reference shot. In this reference image, we are going to add our cyborg cabaret singer and her club. So we have these 2 images in here. Now we want to put our cyborg singer on the stage. We could start off by simply clicking this button, use a subject, but we are going to be a bit more fancy about it this time. I'll paste my prompt, and I'm going to inject these image tags inside of my prompt. So we see slow push in from the back of the Smoky Supper Club toward the stage, image 2. Image 2 is the stage. Image 1, the chrome torch singer, sways almost imperceptibly as she sings into the chrome microphone. Feather boa stirring, amber 2 lights glowing warmly. Image 1, it's our cyborg singer. Camera, slow dolly in, motion intensity is low. So that's what we want to see next. I'm going to select the models, which at this point, I'll use only our R2V models here. Make sure we have 21.9 set, and I want this to be a 12-second shot at 1080p. And do 3 more for good measure. And now we have these queued up. So now we have our first batch of shots completed. Got some disappearing roads. Not sure what that's about. I just delete it right out the gate. Seedance Mini enhanced. Very nice. See if we get anything better. Seedance R2V enhanced. More camera motion. I like that. It's a nice one too. There's another Happy Horse one. Oh, this was Happy. And this is Happy Horse again, and it did a better job this second time. So that's interesting. I might like that one the most. So now we have our first batch of shots. I can download all of these to bring into the editing later. Now that those are saved, I will clear them. Clean slate again as we wait for that second shot to generate. Now we can move on to a third shot. And same thing for this shot. I have the reference images attached, and I will plug those into my prompt. And right as I'm about to send this off, we're just in time to start watching and reviewing the second shot results. So now I will dock the prompt column and check out our shots here.
Smoke and shadows, darling, that's all we are tonight.
No lip movement, unfortunately. Okay, so it's pretty clear here that I need to fix the prompt. And we have 2 more coming, but it's pretty clear that I need to rework my prompt because her lips are not moving and there's no people in the bar. So I can go down here to reload original draft. I click this button and it restores the prompt, the references, and even the exact model from that particular generation. So here, I'll expand this again, and I'll fix the prompt. I've updated my prompt. I'll select the models I want to see again, and shoot those off. And I've got my third shot generating now as well. And now we're on to something. We can see there's people sitting there.
The night is long. And you're
but she's still not singing with Happy Horse, so we'll remove that. Much better.
The neon lights are bright, but they don't shine for me.
What a line. Got a cool shot there, but it doesn't match the mic from the shot before, and we actually see the mic, but see how it did capture all the reference images there. So the final tip inside of the Venice Video Studio here is that you can also use a video reference. So let me show you why I would use that here. I like some of these shots, but they didn't execute correctly. This one's probably the closest, but there's like 2 of her back there. It's kind of weird. The mic doesn't look right. And now to try this from another angle, I'll come here to the Edit tab, upload my lounge image. So now I'll edit the image to say, okay, show me the opposite side of this. I'm using 2 state-of-the-art models to get multiple variants. In fact, let's do 4. 21:9 aspect ratio, shooting that off. Perfect. So now we have some proper angle reference to show the model instead of having it just figure it out on its own. And I'll come back to another shot. It doesn't really matter which, and I'll reload original draft. So now I've adjusted all this to keep the same video and replace the reflection with what is in front of this shot. So after we finish generating, eventually we have all our files and we're ready to head over here to the Movie Editor tab. And this is where we can simply find all the media in our library. Once again, stored on our browser. Click over here to video. And if our generations are still here in our browser, meaning we didn't delete them earlier, then we can simply click them to drag those onto the timeline. But otherwise, we can just click this here and upload from our computer. Now we have a new session here, and we can always start a new session and save our progress on another project. And we also have our resolution and aspect ratio. And so this is where we can edit, but of course we're missing audio. So I'll come over here to the audio tab and start generating what I need to sync up with my timeline. I'll pop my prompt in here. Notice how we can force instrumental. We can choose a genre. We can choose how long we want it to be. And of course, we can choose the model, which will vary in quality and price. And I can bring that right here onto the timeline. We're also going to need sound effects. And voice. Choose a voice here and preview it.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Bill.
This is my Venice voice preview.
Or I can use the reference audio feature and create a new voice. You'll note that many of these editing workflows may only be available in another model, such as Seed Audio 1.0. So here I will clone my own voice to use as the voiceover. It was a rough night. You never know what you're going to find in a place like this, with people like these. But the truth is, you never know until it's too late. It takes one to know one. Once I have my sample here, I can click Clone Voice. And we will see that audio 1 clip of my voice is now a reference for this model. And then when we have everything ready to go, we simply click this export button and our video is rendered and saved as an MP4 file on our computer.
Meridian City, a town that chromes its sins and called it progress. Down on Bird Street, there's a club where the whiskey's honest, and nothing else is.
The neon lights are bright, but they don't shine for me.
They built her to sing. Nobody thought to ask what she'd remember. I don't take cases with heartbeats anymore. Turns out she didn't have one. Everything she saw that night wound onto 3 inches of brass wire. And the man who owns this town wants that wire pulled. The Chrome Canary. Some songs don't die. They just change key.
So there you have it. That is the Venice Studio, more than capable of helping you explore your own imagination with AI. Happy creating.